Hello again, welcome back to the Fireburns Within channel. Time to do some more videos, some more ranking videos. So I've done my top Manowar songs. How about my Manowar discography ranking video? They've got 11 studio albums. I'm not going to rank all the little bits and pieces. They've got only the studio albums. They've got 11. I'm going to rank these from 11th down to the top album. Manowar is either a band you either love or hate, or, you know, well, you can tolerate them, I guess. But I'm more in the love camp. I think they're a cool band, but they're a misguided band at times. They're a controversial band. They're controversial for many reasons, various reasons. You know, they're ridiculed somewhat, but they're still a cool band as well. Musically, it got some great songs, great albums as well. So let's just get on with this ranking. I'm going to try and do this quickly. I'm going to, you know, keep these videos as short as possible and just get through them and just give my opinion quickly on the albums. Okay, in 11th place is The Lord of Steel. It's their most recent album from 2012. It's a pretty bad album, it has to be said. The sound on it is not good at all. It's got the horrible bass sound. The songs are sort of okay at times. The two I like here are Righteous Glory, which is sort of like the semi-ballad, and the song Touch the Sky. The rest of it's sort of, I don't know, it's just uninspired. In 10th place, we've got The Triumph of Steel. I know a lot of Manowar fans will be just screaming at their phone video or whatever at the moment, saying, why in God's name is this not higher? I know a lot of Manowar fans love this, but I just never really got into this too much. I love the track Master of the Wind, which was in my top Manowar songs, and I also like Spirit Horse of the Cherokee. It's a goodish album, but I'm not excited by this, The Triumph of Steel. I'm just not excited. I know, like I said, some Manowar fans swear by this one, so I don't know. It's just not for me. In 9th place is Gods of War from 2007. I don't mind this album. I think it's a little bit underrated, but it's still low in the ranking for me. But I don't mind Gods of War. It's got some good songs. It's got a lot of interludes, a lot of narration. It's overblown, it's bloated, but I don't mind that. That's what's making Manowar somewhat listenable for me, when they're sort of overblown. I quite like it, but it's still 9th place, still not that high. In 8th place, we've got Battle Hymns, the debut album from Manowar. This one, I don't know, a lot of people give this one a lot of credit. I think it's mixed. It sounds a bit weak. It's very dated sounding, but there's some epic hymns on it. Of course, the song Battle Hymn is epic. Metal Days is a favorite of mine. Fast Taker is okay. And there's a couple of other songs which are good as well, but it sounds very dated, but it's still an epic, you know, so everyone's got to start somewhere. In 7th place, we've got Into Glory Ride. Again, I can hear the hair being torn out of Manowar fans' heads. I know a lot of people love Into Glory Ride. They think it's epic. They think it's amazing. And I think it's good, don't get me wrong, but it sounds horrible. The production is terrible. I know there's a remaster which does improve on it, but the songs are actually good. And, you know, I mean, all the albums from Into Glory Ride onwards, I like to varying degrees. You know, there's some good songs on this. March for Revenge, I love that song. Secrets of Steel, Gloves of Metal, Gates of Valhalla. You know, this is Manowar, you know, at their chest beating. You know, they got their debut out of the way, and in 1983 they released Into Glory Ride, their second album. In 6th place, I've got Louder Than Hell. This is the first Manowar album I ever heard. Yeah, people don't like this album, but I really like Louder Than Hell. Maybe it's the first one I heard, so that's why, but I think it's a little bit underrated. I would have rated this even a little bit higher, I think, if I could, but I thought sixth place was okay. Favorite songs: Brothers of Metal Part 1, The Gods Made Heavy Metal, Courage, King, Today's a Good Day to Die. You know, I like most of the songs from this. You know, it's just a cool sort of cartoonish true heavy metal release. Okay, in fifth place we've got Fighting the World from 1987. The title track is awesome. Carry On is awesome. Black Wind, Fire and Steel is awesome. Defender is awesome. You know, this is a fun album. The production is sort of quite 80s-ish sounding. It's sort of very digital sounding, but it's quite clear as well, which is unlike most Manowar albums, which are not very clear. not the 80s stuff anyway. Okay, in fourth place we've got the big comeback after Louder Than Hell. They were away for a long time. In 2002 they released Warriors of the World. This is a great album. This is a real good solid heavy comeback. First of all, the production is much better than the 90s stuff or any of the early stuff. It's really thick. This is probably the best produced of any Manowar album I can think of. The tracks which I love are Call to Arms, Swords in the Wind, Warriors of the World United, Fight Until We Die, Hand of Doom, House of Death. Very heavy, very fast, epic songs. I really like this album, Warriors of the World, but it's not in my top 3. The top 3 albums are pretty much set in stone. It's just the order that you might switch around from time to time. But in third place, it's Sign of the Hammer. This is released in 1984. They released their first 3 albums in like very quick succession. The tracks which I love on this are All Men Play on 10, Mountains, which is a very cool track, the title track Sign of the Hammer, and the epic at the end, Guyana, Cult of the Damned. I love that track. It's so epic, so epic. 2 albums left to mention. In second place, giving away what's at number 1. In second place, it's Hail to England. Released in 1984, again, very quick succession after Sign of the Hammer. Or I don't know which one was released first. They were both released in the same year. This is a solid I nearly said Hammerfall, Manowar album. Each Dawn I Die, the title track Hail to England, Army of the Immortals, Kill with Power. I just love this one. It's a classic, you know. Every song is cool, epic, true heavy metal. But the number 1 album from Manowar has to be 1988's Kings of Metal. They are the Kings of Metal after all. I think all songs are great on this one. The only song that I really cannot get into is Pleasure Slave. I mean, that is a dirgy, horrible song. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, forget about the lyrics. The lyrics are like, well, misogynistic if you want. But I mean, I don't, you know, I'm not saying I don't care that they're misogynistic. That's not the main reason I don't like it. It's just the dirge. It's like, it's slow and ponderous and doomy, and just, it does very little for me. It's just a rubbish song, I'm sorry. But the rest of the songs are just awesome. Wheels of Fire, Kings of Metal, Heart of Steel, The Crown and the Ring, Kingdom Come, Hail and Kill, the number 1 Manowar song, Blood of the Kings. Just awesome. Every song is a killer. This is Manowar at their best. I've kept the video under 10 minutes. I've done very well. Manowar, Manowar. Okay, stay tuned.